They say if you want to hear God laugh, tell him your plans. What I like to point out is that this is a very good theology of life, because why does this work? Airplanes are off course 80% of their time, but yet they arrive on time. Okay? So when you're doing your magic in the world and manifesting your reality, you have to know that, yes, you do need to set a direction, have a plan, have that North Star for that destination. As a pilot, right, you set that point, right? But the winds will pull you this way. The temperature, the turbulence will take you around. And you can't always be perfectly aligned, right? But you're still heading in that direction, which is the important part. You know where you're going, right? But you have to be able to adapt, to shift, to move around, to navigate these extenuating circumstances that are out of your control, right? Because just like that 80-20 rule, 10% of the world outside of us, we can't change. It will happen to us, regardless of everything that we want in this world. You can wish and wish and wish, and it doesn't matter. That 10% you can't change. What you can and what you do have control over is the other 90% of how you perceive what's happening. Oh no, I wish it would have happened this way. Oh, I could have done this. And why didn't this happen the way I wanted it to? You're already wasting energy trying to control. Here's the language. You are wasting your energy attempting to control what is not yours to control. So focus on what you do have control over, the 90%, the mindset of how you are perceiving what's happening. And when you begin to realize that everything is magnificently happening in your favor, the way you need it to be, not how you want, then you start to realize, okay, how can I make the best of this? How can I make this magical moment the most marvelous opportunity for growth, for learning, for expansion, for improvement? Right? Because that's what we're all looking for, right? Just to be a little bit better. Oh, I wish I would have done this. I could have. Oh, man. As a recovering perfectionist, man, those things, those thoughts, you have to learn how to suppress and realize coulda, shoulda, woulda, but I didn't. It doesn't matter anymore. I've already wasted that energy. I will move forward. And as you move forward, you look at the beauty and you say, this is exactly how I needed it to happen. And I'm going to make the most out of it. And that's it. That's all you got. Because this is the moment. This is the now. Why focus on, oh, but going a little bit this way? Oh, I mean, imagine a sailboat. He sets his target and he says, I'm going to go this way. But the wind blows you this way. And then it blows you that way. Right? That's that 20% of the time. But 80% of the time, right, you are still heading towards your target. So I wanted to share this with you because I feel like we all put a lot of pressure on ourselves for, oh man, I need to control every little bit, and why didn't it happen this way and that way? And yeah, well, it is what it is. Make the most of what you've learned and move forward. Do your best not to analyze what coulda, shoulda, woulda, and just continue doing. Don't waste any more energy than it needs to be. You're already moving in that direction. Keep moving there. So focus on that 20% of the time that you are on course, that everything is perfectly, you're setting into motion. And that's only that first step, how you intentionally move towards your goal. You say, okay, what's the number one most important next step? Most important next step that I could take to move the needle forward. And take it. That's that 20%. That's the most intentional step you can ever do. And then the rest, you let the universe magnificently help guide you towards what it looks and what it needs you to achieve. Because there's so many extenuating circumstances and variables out there that you can't control, that are not yours. You leave that to the universe, to God, and let it magnificently surprise you. And one of the affirmations that I use constantly, daily, is I expect the universe to wonderfully work in my favor. And I expect the universe to constantly surprise me in its magnificence. So give yourself a chance to be surprised. Don't attempt to control everything, and just do what you have in front of you and control that, and take that first intentional step, and let the others magically work in your favor. So until next time, Michael Brian David signing out from Arizona.